Just having a quick look at the gallery. We've got a lovely gallery again tonight. Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you. Hi to everybody out there in Facebook land. No Twitch tonight because Stuart runs Twitch and unfortunately he's away on holiday. But we have the magnificent Tommy Burnett running back office. So he'll have his fingers on the buttons, making sure everything happens on cue. Thank you, Tommy. So where are we? Let's get down to business. Our first act is a fantastic magician. We've had a few videos from him recently. I must get these teeth sorted out because otherwise, you know, he's a fantastic guy, fantastic magician, really good friend, and he's live for us tonight. So I said he's going to open. So opening the show tonight, the fantastic Andy Russell. Hello, Andy.
Good evening, folks. How you all keeping? Now, I wasn't going to show this tonight, but I found this in my local seafront shop, like a bazaar shop, to sell loads of garbage. But I used to play this game when I was a kid, the psychic game, and I thought I'd show you it because it's quite cool. So what it consists of is like a Dungeons and Dragons die, which goes up to 20, a little red token, and some like cards, which I can show you as well. Let's get rid of that. As such, just going to move this out of the way for a minute. And it's got like a rule card on there. I'm going to show you the rules in just a minute. Now, if you folks was here, I would get you to mix these cards as much as you want. And then you can put them out in a random order. So you can put one there, you can put one there, one there. You can put one there and one there. Now, I need somebody to help me. Is Isabel about?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm good. Yeah. Now it's nice to manage to talk to you finally. You know, but obviously you can't roll this die. Okay. So what I'm going to do is ask you to think of any number 1 through 20. What number would you like to go for?
20.
You want to go for 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Critical success.
I don't know if you can read this card, so I'll read it out for you because it's quite small print. It says, roll a mystical die and count to the number shown at the top of the triangle. But since you're not here to roll it, we'll just go with the number you said. And then we'll turn over the card you land on and we'll follow the instructions to see the mysterious psychic game. Good luck. So you said 20. Okay, now make sure my count is fair. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or so, bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yes.
All right.
Made you work there, right?
So the first card we land on is a star. The first card you revealed, and it said move 1 space to the left.
Okay.
So go 1 space to the left. You then revealed a cross. And it says move 4 spaces to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got a star and then a cross. And it says you revealed a square. So move 2 places to the left, 1, 2. And then you've got the wavy lines, otherwise known in the industry as a piece of bacon. Right? Sometimes it gets a laugh, sometimes it doesn't. And move 1 place to the right. So when you think about the order, you got the star, the cross, the square, and then the wavy lines, which leaves us with the last card.
The circle.
And it says you revealed the star, the cross, the square, and the wavy lines in that order. Well done.
That's good.
How it works, I don't know, so don't bother asking me because I really haven't got a clue. But as you're still on, I'm just going to use you throughout, to be fair. Okay, so I've got a couple of groups of cards here. So I've got some red cards and some black ones. Sorry, blue ones. Right, did you want a red pile or the blue one?
The blue one.
The blue one, right, so I'm just going to put yours to the left side. Is there another muggle I can use for this, please?
We've got Joanne in the audience.
Yeah, let's pick Joanne.
Yeah.
Hi, Joanne.
Hello.
Hiya. So my friend Jill picked, my friend Isabel picked a blue
Yes.
card. So I'm going to leave you the red ones. So
Okay.
Isabel, did you want to use a black queen or a red queen?
Black.
A black one.
Yes.
But Joanne, I want you to think of a red queen, but don't tell me what one you're thinking of.
Okay,
So-
you said don't tell you, right?
Yeah, don't tell me what one you're thinking of. So Isabel's gone for a black queen. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to try and move it from pile to pile without touching them,
Okay.
like that. And I'm going to try and move your red queen to the other side, as such. But Isabel,
Okay.
what queen was you thinking of?
The Queen of Spades.
Watch this. Look, we're just fanning them out, and you see the Queen of Spades
Ooh.
turns over. But Joanne, what queen was you thinking of?
Heart.
The Queen of Hearts. And look, you see the Queen of Hearts turns over here. But I said to you both that would make them change piles because the Queen of Hearts is actually from the blue deck. And the Queen of Spades actually now comes from the red section, which is quite weird. But you could have named any queen, but the rest of the other cards are actually all jokers, which is kind of odd.
Wow.
I'm just going to use Isabel from this moment on for some other bits. But thank you for your time, Joe.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, Joanne.
So Isabel, we're just going to play a little game with you. Have you got a pen and paper handy?
I do.
Excellent. So I want you to grab a piece of pen and paper, and then you're just going to write down numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a row, just like this. It's getting complicated now, yeah? Okay. Now, before we start, I'm just going to write down a prediction. Okay. Now, it's a guessing game. So you have to guess which hand this piece of card goes into. So let me just place it under the table. Which hand do you think is in my left or my right?
Left.
Ah, you're wrong. It's in the right hand. But it's just a practice run, okay?
Yes.
So if we was playing for real, if it's correct, you put a circle around the round number, and if it's a wrong question, you just put a stroke through it. Okay, but
Okay.
we're going to play for real now. Here we go. Which hand do you think it's in, left or right?
Left.
Yes, it's in my left. So you put a circle around number 1. Okay. Left or right?
Left.
No, it's not in my left. So put a cross through number 2.
Yes.
Left or right?
Left.
Ah, I bluffed you
I
again.
promise I'll change at some point.
So that's 2. That's 1 right, 2 wrong. Which one now?
I'll go with the right. Just
It is in the right. I thought I was going to bluff you that time. That's a circle round number 4. Last round. Left or
left.
right? It is in the left. Excellent. So just write your circle around number 5. So if I'm correct, so you've got 3 correct, 2 incorrect.
Yeah.
Now at the beginning, I wrote something on this card, and it says 3 correct, 2 incorrect.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Kind of game of influence, but I mean, at the beginning, I've had this card sitting here because I thought I would predict the round that you actually won and lost on,
Ooh, that's
which would match yours exactly.
it
Yeah?
does match mine exactly. Awesome.
Now I'll show you one more before we go. I want you to think of somebody that might be close to you and think about their birthday. So I'm just going to give a quick reading for you.
Whoa, wait. A birthday of someone?
Yeah,
Oh
somebody,
my goodness.
someone that might be close to you.
Don't have anything easier. No, okay, I got one.
You got one?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so when's their birthday?
I'm telling you, the birthday?
Yeah.
August 17. So it's very soon.
17th of August.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use 1, so that's to tens. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and August. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So you've got a 5 of spades, a jack of spades, and 2 of clubs. Now, I could have easily just went through the pack like this and picked out various cards. In fact, I think these cards would have actually probably been quite great for you, but never mind. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So let me just throw them away. So these cards tell me that particular person is like quite ambitious. They're really full on. They're quite hidden talents, and they tend to have people that always go to them if they're in need of trouble, and they expect this person to speak up for them. But sometimes the person feels like they can't really do that. They feel kind of awkward, but they still do it anyway because they don't like to let others down. And there's almost like hidden creativity with these people as well. And sometimes I feel they can be a bit wild when it's quiet. All right. At this current time, I sense there's some obstacles and hurdles to get over, especially in trying to like grow and move into different areas. But things will change and things will get better for them. But I mean, you could have named any birthday. There's no way I could know who this person was, right? But I don't know if you can see this too well, but here I've got a 1 on one card. 17th
Oh,
of August.
wow.
And just to let you know, the rest of the deck is all completely
So
blue.
blue. Wow.
My birthday in 2
Good
days as well.
work.
So someone's birthday in August. So.
It's my mom's birthday.
Oh, is it? There's no way I could have known that was your mum. Anyway, thank you for your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was fun.
Cheers. Thanks, Kev.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Isabel. Brilliant stuff. Right, so Andy is based Scarborough, that's it, in the UK, and just trying to get my brain in gear. North of London, north of Watford. And from there we're going over the big pond, over to Texas, in the southish part of the USA, to our good friend Robina. So, Robin, come on in, show us some wonderful magic. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Always lovely, always colourful, and always classic. Fantastic stuff. Right, from the USA back to, now, I can't say United Kingdom, I'm going to say Great Britain, because was the Isle of Man part of the United Kingdom? But apparently it's part of Great Britain, but not part of the United Kingdom. So over to Michael.
Thank you, Kevin. You know, people sometimes say to me, Kelly, you're too dark. Lighten up a bit now. What's all this fascination with ghosts and imps and demons and things? Why can't you be some of the magical giants of the past? I mean, they were never like that. And I go, really? Really? Let's have a look at a couple of those giants of the past. Look here, Keller, and he's got a little demon there whispering in his ear. Go on, Harry, be a bad boy. You know you want to. And there's Blackstone, the very same thing. Little devils whispering in his ear, egging him on. That's how the classics of magic were. All these guys, they used to use this in their advertising. But how did it come about? This association between magicians and devils and imps and things. Well, I thought it'd be fun to look back tonight and see where that originated. And we have to go way, way back when Britain was divided up into lots of little kingdoms. I mean, if you go back to the Dark Ages, a king was often just a king of a valley. You weren't talking about the king of the whole land. It would be a king of a valley, the king of the hill. And of course, they'd all be warring with each other because there were a lot of them about and they all wanted more land. But what were they fighting for, really? Because when you look at it, when you see people without their flags and their allegiances, we all look the same. We're all the same, all wanting the same things. It's only when you see the fronts that you see the coloured borders which define you by a territory, by a kingdom. But these are the things that wars and conflicts are born from. Well, there were 4 warring kingdoms many years ago, and they decided they'd had enough of this. They wanted peace. They wanted to find some common ground, so they all got together for a meeting to see if they could sort out their differences. And so we have the Green King, the Red King, the Blue King, the Yellow King, and there's the Yellow Queen who's talking with the Green King. And the Green Queen is talking with the Red King. And the Red Queen starts talking with the Blue Queen. And the Blue Queen starts talking with the Yellow King. And the Blue Court Magician, he joins the Yellow Queen and the Green King. The Yellow Magician with the Green Queen and the Red King. The Green Court Magician with the Red Queen and the Blue King, and the Red Court Magician with the Blue Queen and the Yellow King. And they're all mingling together, talking with each other, getting on famously. And that was the first day of the talks. But it was just small talk. They hadn't really got down to the nitty-gritty yet. And that night, they all stopped the official business and they went off and, well, they partied together and they still mingled and mixed themselves around. And everyone was having a good time until they came to the next day's talks, and they hoped they'd make some progress, really make some concrete decisions this time. There's the Blue King and the Red Queen, the Green Magician, the Yellow King. And so they all came down from their quarters, a bit bleary-eyed, a bit the worse for wear, looking for an aspirin, and went back in to resume talks. But you know what happens. Now, the Blue Court are just sticking to themselves. They're not speaking to the Red Court. The Green Court are only concerned with their own business. And the Yellow Court, they're not seeing anybody else's point of view either. They'd all gone back to their own camps. And of course, this wouldn't do. They're never going to make an agreement that way. Everything would just end and they go back to their feuding ways. But they were determined to make a breakthrough, and they thought, this is too much of a muddle. We'll have to rely on the wisest among us to make the decision. Only the court magicians can establish a lasting peace. So the 4 kings and queens charged the 4 magicians with coming up with the basis of a lasting peace. And they talked among each other, and they were wise, but they realized that no agreement they could make would be suitable for their sovereigns. It was just beyond them. They would not be able to persuade any of them to give an inch. There was no plan they could come up with which would make permanent cordial relations between these 4 kingdoms. And so they said, well, if we can't do it, who can? Who has the power and the guile and the cunning to come up with a plan that will actually work? So they locked the door, and they were about their secret business. And when they emerged that evening, they had a plan which was to everyone's advantage, where nobody really lost out and everybody gained something. And although it wasn't perfect, none of the sovereigns wanted to be the one to back out of it. And a lasting peace was actually achieved between these 4 kingdoms, something that everyone had deemed impossible. How had the magicians achieved this? They refused to say. But as they bowed and took their leaves of their respective monarchs and turned to depart, just for an instant, out of the corner of the eye, everyone could see the devil whispering on their shoulder. Thank you, Kevin, and back to you.
Unmute myself and do the unforgivable. I kept myself muted when I was meant to be talking. Thank you, Michael. Fantastic, dark and mysterious as ever. So we're hopping backwards and forwards across the big pond rapidly at the moment, because we're back to the USA, back to California, and our good friend Mitch, who can't be with us tonight, but he's done a recording especially for tonight. So over to Magic Mitch.
Hey, yo, 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 what's happening, everyone? Open mic coming at you here tonight. Magic Mitch in the house. About to show you another great effect. Yeah, so good to see everyone again, even though I'm not here. I wanted to do this card trick for you by prefacing by saying this is the best card trick you have ever seen. No. I have the best card trick you have ever seen. No. I have the best card trick you've ever seen. Most magicians generally have the best card trick you've ever seen. Well, currently, this is my best card trick that I think you may have never seen. So to do this, I'm going to show you what that entails. And it requires 3 elements here. It has to be visual, has to be doing something that happens in your hands or maybe someone else's hands, and then something that leaves someone in astonishment or mystery. So to do this, I will show you what I believe is currently one of my best card tricks that you have ever seen. To do this, I have a deck of cards, a Sharpie, and a little 4x4 yellow notepad there. So just like most tricks, they start off. You take the cards out of the card case, like so. And most people, when they pick a card, you know, you can have someone name a card, whatever. I wanted to try something a little bit more unique than that. So let me give it a few shuffles here. And maybe I'll do a little fair shuffle here at the top. Only magicians get that joke. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use these 3 things. We could actually deal down to cards based on uniqueness. So like, for example, someone can give me, I don't know, their favorite number, 1 through 10. Mine's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th would be their card. Some people can spell their name, like Mitch, M-I-T-C-H, right? But instead, how about we do this? Let's give it one more shuffle. And there's a man who comes every single week who does so much work, even though I haven't seen him in quite some time. It's Mr. Kevin Peel. So Kevin, I'm going to use you as my help. And what I'm going to do is spell your name, 1 card for each letter. And when I'm done, I'll put it on top of the card case, like so. Sound good? Okay, so what I'm going to do is spell 1 card, K-E-V-I-N, that's Kevin. And then P-E-E-L. Same card. Just wasn't sure how many cards I wrote down. I'm going to look away. Whatever card this is, Kevin, especially you, I want you to memorize that. Great. So we're going to isolate this card on the card case itself. I won't touch it for the rest of the trick. Now I'm going to make a prediction here. I believe could be your card. No hints. Let's go with this guy. Okay. I'm going to try to predict your card. I have it on the back right here. Again, it could have been any one of these cards that you could have looked at, right? Let me see here. It's a red card, right? Yeah, it is a red card. No hints, because this is just only I'm trying to demonstrate some mind power reading here. It's a sharp card, right? Pointy. You know what? Interesting. The card that you are thinking of or that you saw, K-E-V-I-N-P-E-E-L, has 9 letters in it. It's a red card, it's sharp, and it has 9 letters. And Kevin, it must be the 9 of diamonds. Come on. 9 of diamonds. That was it. How did I know you were going to select the 9 of diamonds? Because look right here, I made a prediction. The 9 of diamonds. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. No need to stand or get up. But you know, I'm going to try something. I'm going to go one step further here. Take the magic wand or Sharpie and just wave it over the pack. You know what that does? Absolutely nothing. But it makes something really interesting. Do you want me to make the 9 of diamonds disappear or the 9 of diamonds disappear on the yellow packet? Up to you. How about both? How about that? This is the best card trick you've ever seen, right? So why can't he do both? And indeed, I shall. Huh? Look, that is completely blank. If I go through this, right? And they're all different, and you can totally examine this. The deck that's been here the entire time that we've used if this is blank, let me try to see if this is also blank. And yes, for those magicians, every one of these cards is examinable. You can absolutely look at all of these cards. Wow, it's pretty impressive. What about the card that's right here on the case, the 9 of diamonds? Well, if I just wave over the blank deck, that can too turn blank. Wow, that's 2 for 2. What about 3 for 3? You get something visual, something that was in my hands. What about something that's truly mind-blowing? Anybody could predict a card, right? But not everyone can get a card that was here into the card case, that's been here the entire time. Listen, listen. Hear that? Yeah, I hear it too. If I open this up very fairly, very openly, I'm gonna pull out a card, and I think, Kevin, there is your 9 of diamonds. And I know it's the same one because it's what I predicted all along. And that would be for you to keep, my friend. Everything else can be looked at. And that, again, is another effect by Magic Mitch Entertainment for your delight. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hope to see you guys all soon. And now back to you, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. Great stuff. Right, my arms are getting tired with all this hopping backwards and forwards over the Atlantic. But we're back to the UK, back to up northish to our friend Roy Stone. Come in, my duck.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us all here tonight. Oh, let me zoom my camera in a bit. It seems to have. Okay, not going to. Oh, it is. Okay. So let me zoom in a bit. People, so you can see the cards better. So what I thought I'd do tonight, much against my bank manager's advice and my own advice, I'm going to take 2 people out for a meal. And what we're going to go to the local shopping mall near me. We're going to have a meal. Now, in the shopping mall, we have a Domino's, a McDonald's, a KFC, a Subway, and a Starbucks. So the first person, Matthew, would you like to come out for a meal with me? Can you bring him in, Kevin or Tommy? Matthew?
Tommy, can you find Matthew for us?
He's in there somewhere. I checked before I come on.
Yeah, I'm fine. I got a delivery. Hang on.
I'll do it. I'll bring him in. No worries, Tommy. Okay, there we go.
Hi, Matthew.
Hello.
Simple question for you, Matthew. As I say, we've got a Domino's, a McDonald's, a KFC, a Subway, and a Starbucks. Simple question for you to start with. I'm going to call you back again later. What would you like? Which store would you like me to buy your food from? Domino's.
I can't pass up pizza.
Domino's, did you say?
You bet.
Domino's. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a cross through Domino's on the card. That's just to remind us later. Okay. So yeah, Matthew, I'll call you back again later, and we'll see whether I could decided to predict what you were going to choose. So Kevin, could I have someone else?
Do you want to choose someone, Roy?
Isabel. I've never used Isabel before.
Yeah,
I do.
You can get rid of Matthew. We'll come back to you in a bit, Matthew. So if you drop Matthew and bring Isabel in for me, Kevin, we could do that. Isabel, we're going to do it a little bit different with you. Okay. We're going to do it. I can leave Matthew up, it don't matter. What we're going to do is imagine that you're in the shopping mall now with me. Again, we've got a Domino's, a McDonald's, a KFC, a Starbucks, and a Subway. And they're represented by these cards. I don't think if you ever go there, they give you loyalty cards and gift card things like that. So we've got a gift card, okay, and we're going to put it on. You don't know what these are because obviously I don't know. You're going to go up and down the aisles, and you're going to stop one. So first, you just tell me which card you would like me to stop it on.
Stop that one.
Middle one.
Yeah.
Middle one. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yes.
Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to go up and down the aisles and you're going to look at five times at 5 different shops. So do you want me to go left or right?
Left.
Left or right?
Left.
Left. So to this one. You want me to go left or right? That's 1.
Left again.
To the end, that's 2. Now you've got to go back,
And-
obviously.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go back.
Right, yeah, right.
3 times.
1, 2, 3. So we end up there.
Yes.
I made a prediction on this envelope before we started. What it says, I knew you wouldn't end up on the end stalls, the end cards. It says get rid of the end cards. We're going to put them there. We're going to get rid of those ones. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to do it again. We're going to choose 5 more places. So obviously you've got to go left. So we'll go left. That's 1.
Yeah, left. Left again.
Yeah. 2. And we've got to go right. 3.
Right
Yeah.
and left.
4. One more time.
Oh, then
So we end
we're
up on-
back.
Okay.
Yes, middle again.
So now we're left with 2 cards. Do you want the one for you? Do you want the one in my left hand or my right hand?
Left.
The left hand. Okay. So that gives me the one in the right hand. So we've made choices. The one that you landed on, the middle one, we'll put that in the envelope, in the wallet for now. Okay. So if you were here, I would get you to read something that's on the back of this loyalty card. But obviously you're not here, so I'm going to have to do it for you. So you're going to have to just say something. Look, you're going to have to trust me. And what it says is, why not order a takeaway from KFC or Subway? And the first 2 cards you got rid of were KFC and Subway. Well done.
Okay.
Keep me in your wallet. This is the card we put over here. And grab a Starbucks for later. Remember, you could add any of them 3 cards.
Nice.
And it says, finally, why not grab yourself a Domino's pizza? Your card is the Domino's pizza.
Okay.
And maybe treat someone, so you're treating me, to a McDonald's.
Yay, McDonald's.
So congratulations, you owe me 1 McDonald's, but later. Thanks, Isabel. Can we go back to Matthew?
Thank you.
Okay, Matthew. So you've already chosen your meal, but you're going to choose one for me now, Matthew. We're all 3 of us going for a meal. Again, we've got the same people: Domino's, McDonald's, Subway, and things. But we're going to do it a little bit different. I was going to want you to do it randomly. So I want you to pick a number between there's 6 cards here, because there's 1 for my local one as well. So a number between 1 and 6.
4.
4. 4. So 1, 2, 3. That leaves it that card. Fair enough.
Hmm?
That's the 4th card, which is McDonald's. Same as Isabel. You were right. It shows me a McDonald's. Same as Isabel. Now, Matthew, I knew that you were going to pick me at McDonald's out of any of these cards. Because if you look on the back, it actually says, Big Mac. So I knew you were going to feel that, and that's why I wanted Big Mac. But of course, you chose one as well for yourself, didn't you? You could add anything for yourself. But I knew, again, that you were going to choose Domino's out of all those. And I predicted it because I brought my Domino's loyalty card with me. So we'll all meet up soon and have that meal. Me, you, and Isabel. And Kevin's paying.
Well, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Thank you for that.
Oh dear. Me paying, that'll be the day. My wallet has healed up. Right, let's have a look on the running order. Oh wow. So over to Canada and our next performer, the wonderful Dr. Michael Likey. Hi, Michael.
Hi, everyone. How are you all doing out there? It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you all again tonight. I'd like to share with you a card effect which I published in the February 1994 Linking Ring magazine. And this is an auspicious occasion. It's the first time I'm actually performing it live. So hopefully it'll work. I do require the assistance of someone out there. It's tempting to go with Isabel because she is from my home country as well. But I don't know if Jojo is still in the audience or if she's there. If she is there,
Yes, Joanne is there. Yep.
can we please call on her if she's
Yep.
willing to
There we go.
assist? Hi, Jojo. How are you?
Good. Nice to
Awesome.
meet you.
It's so good to meet you. And you know, the Beatles wrote a song about you, right? But I'm sure no one's ever said that before. So I'm going.
Actually, never the Beatles, but thank you.
Ah, very good. So, going to use this deck of playing cards. And needless to say, I'm going to ask you to select one in a very, hopefully, fair way. I believe the fairest way to select a card is via riffling the pack. And please don't wait to the end, because then the cards will go flying. That's happened plenty of times to me as well, where the person was asked to call stop and they stopped at the very end and I couldn't hold on to the cards. So let's try that. And just at any point, say stop.
Stop.
Right there. I'm going to get you, and I hope you can all see this out there, the name of the card. I'll turn away. Don't tell me
Yes,
what it is.
I can see.
Excellent. We'll bury it into the middle, somewhere in the middle. And I want you to focus. Make your mind as if it is a slate, and as if you can see written in chalk the name of the card. I have to admit I am having some difficulty. I'm going to go through the deck, and as soon as you see your card, I want you to say stop. And I'm assuming the picture is clear enough, the video is clear enough that you might be able to see.
Stop.
Right there. I want to fan through the rest of the cards just to show that that is indeed your card, but something very, very strange has happened to it. I think you'll agree. It's also an effect that we can see right through. I don't know what. Let's check out the card box here. I hear something very, very telling. We'll empty out the contents of the card box, and lo and behold, that piece should fit perfectly. Thus, the missing piece to this effect has been accomplished. I want to thank you so much, Jojo, for helping me this time. And all of you for watching. Thank you.
Splendid.
Thank you.
Wow. Thanks, Dr. Michael Likey. I'm astounded yet again. You've done it again. every time. Fabulous. Right, staying that side of the pond. Oh, thank goodness I don't have to jump back over the over the Atlantic yet again. So we're going to New York City is our final destination. Well, second to final destination. And the man that's been flinging his fingers all over the place, trying to patch together all the various performers is my good friend Tommy Burnett. Hi, Tommy. Come on in.
So I'm going to tell you something personal about myself. I actually have a couple of very interesting ancestors. I had one who was hung for being witched, and there's a statue of her in Boston, in the Boston Commons. And I also have a general who had his left leg blown off, and he kept conducting the troops underneath a tree with half a leg. And I also, my great aunt was a fortune teller. Actually, let me do this properly. Let me show you the table here. Okay. I was gifted this box by my mother, and inside it is a I guess you call it an artifact. It belonged to my great aunt, who is pictured here. Her name was Matilda Lewis, and she was a psychic and a fortune teller. And her claim to fame, so to speak, was during the mid 1800s, where she rented a room at a fairly famous hotel in New York. It is certainly the most haunted hotel in the country. Did I say New York? I meant America. This is the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And according to this clipping that I found, and I had laminated, these are not laminated. This is an actual postcard that was left for me. But this I actually got off the internet, and it says the Crescent Hotel is the most haunted hotel in America. It is often said that, well, it was built in 1886 as a resort for the rich and famous. It has since been used as a college for women, a junior college, a hospital, and back to being a hotel. The ghosts are said to come from every period of the building's use. The student who jumped to her death, a nurse who wanders the halls, a stonemason who fell to his death during construction, and a cancer patient who hoped to be cured there, and many, many more. Now, one of the owners of the Crescent Hotel portrayed himself as a doctor in the early 1900s and was later arrested for being a fraud. So a lot of bad stuff happened in this building. It is now a tourist attraction, and they have ghost tours that you can go look at ghosts. This is all background story, and you can look all of this up on Google. This is all true, and I'm not going to show you this. I really opened this because, yeah, quite frankly, it freaked me out a little bit. But I'm going to spoil it to you anyway because, let's face it, it's a magic show. So, but inside this cloth is a box, and we unwrap this, and you can see on the cloth is on one half is a circle, which is used for using a pendulum, and on the other side is a numerology square. Now, because of those numbers backwards, move it upside down. Okay, here we go. So, backtrack for editing purposes. Over here, we have a circle using for a pendulum, and over here is a numerology square. Now, because I'm here by myself, I can't really have anybody do the pendulum circle, but we certainly can get somebody and we can do a quick numerological reading. So I'm going to look through the gallery here and see if we can find a victim, a volunteer. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to use my friend Isabel and Kevin.
Yay!
Kevin can use it after me. I'm a little bit selfish and I'm using it first. Anyway, hi Isabel, thank you for staying for all the time, and I will try and make this quick. Are you familiar with numerology at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you've heard of it, you know, it's basically like all this other stuff out there, like astrology. I'm not saying it's mumbo jumbo. I actually think numerology has some interesting parts to it. But let me bring you back down here. I'm going to show you. This is a 5x5 square of 25 numbers. They're all different, starting at, I believe, 19 and ending on, I don't remember. I think 39 is the highest number. Oh no, I'm sorry, 16 is the lowest number. But this is the part that I'm pretty excited about. This is actually a box from the Crescent Hotel. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that actually says Crescent Hotel on it. And
Yes.
inside here, oh yeah, so my great aunt used to rent a room from here, and she used to rent room 104, which is pretty interesting because this is actually, and I know it's really dark in here, but this actually says room, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, 140.
Yeah, 140. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. 140. And this is the actual key from her room. And the key is important. We'll come back to that in a second. But I'll hold this up so you can see it a little better. I want you to consider this for a moment before you answer, and consider all the numbers on here. And
All of them?
well, yeah, just consider them. Just consider them. And I want you to name one that for some reason may feel different for you. And
30.
name it out.
30 on the corner.
30 up here on the corner.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's interesting because in numerology, you add the two digits together and you will end up with 3. Right?
Okay.
Now three, let me bring me back up so you can see my handsome face. 3 in numerology is all about creativity. And it's all creativity. Creativity starts with the number 3 in numerology. One and two. One is about self and individuality. 2, you've started to reach out and acknowledge that you're not the only one on the planet. There are other people involved. And then 3 is creation, right? And can be like creation in life, creation in art, but it's creation. And you are a very creative person, as we all know. So it would make sense that you pick 30, okay? So
That's
let me bring it back down here. Okay. Now, that is your life path number 3. Okay. Now we're gonna try and find a number that represents your future. Okay. So we're gonna start with the number 30. Would you like to go down the row or down and use this column, or would you like to use this row?
the row, the first row.
The row here. And
Yes.
note that all these numbers are completely different,
Yes.
right? Okay, so if we place the key just below these numbers, and you can add with me and correct me, make sure I don't make any mistakes. But 30 and 23 is 53, and 16 is 69, and then 39 will be 108, and then 32 will be
140. It is
140,
140.
which is interesting. Now,
It is.
yeah. Now it gets even better. If you take 140 and add all the digits together, you end up with 5. And the number 5 is all about taking action in your life. And I see you do that every day. You're always busy. You're always doing things. You're always moving forward. So again, this number is really key for you. And of course, it also matches the room number, which I should have showed you afterwards. So again, we'll fix that in post. But before I end, I just want to see if we can recall my great aunt and see if we can communicate with her. So yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna put the key on my hand and ask my great aunt if she can communicate with us. Please give us a sign that you are here and you are giving us good wishes from the great beyond. Please, whether you believe it or not, I really need you all in the audience really concentrate on the key and actually just get the key to start to move. Oh wait, there it goes. Matilda, are you here, Matilda? Oh my God, yes, I said she is. Look, the key is actually turning on my hand. My hand is not moving at all. I have no strings attached, but the key is almost halfway up all by itself. Let me see if I can bring this closer. Look. Oh no.
She's here.
I think she's here. I think I honestly can't tell if she's happy with me or not. So I think I'm going to not only wrap up the box, but I'm also going to wrap up this chick. So Kevin doesn't get angry at me for taking so much time. And back to you, Kevin.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. Spooky key. Right, so it's just about time for me to wrap the show up. I think I'm going to bring Bruce back in. Tommy, can you bring Bruce up next to me?
Yes,
I think it's going to be that side, isn't it? Yes,
There we go. Yeah.
very right.
Good job.
Bruce,
Yes.
because all through this, there seems
You
to be,
sure you want to do this?
yeah, there seems to be a theme about coincidences. So we've got to try something, haven't we? Bruce, I know you've got a pack of cards. You might have, if you were doing cards earlier. So grab that pack of cards.
Got it.
And I'm going to show you on my camera what you're going to do, but you're going to do this out of sight. So I can't see what you're doing. So if we go to that camera there. So grab your pack of cards.
Got him.
Go through and to get rid of the jokers.
They're gone.
Yep. Give the pack a good shuffle.
Done.
Okay. Now, square the pack up nicely,
Yep.
and using your best judgment, cut it approximately in half. So it doesn't have to be precisely, it doesn't have to be dead cut in half, but roughly in half.
Okay.
And so you've got two halves.
Yes.
Choose which of those halves you want to use.
Okay.
Okay, could be the one in your left hand, could be the one in your right hand.
Okay.
And the one you want to use, keep in your hand. The one you don't want to use, just put out of the way.
Okay.
So you've now got half the pack.
Yes.
So now, using your best judgment, split that in half.
Ooh.
So you've got roughly, again, two halves
Yes.
of the half. So a quarter in each hand.
Yes.
Not 25 cents, but a quarter of a day.
Okay.
So now, again, choose which one you want to use, either the one in your left hand or the one in your right hand.
Okay.
The one you don't want to use, just drop on the table in front of you, right there.
Okay.
The one we're going to use a bit of Tommy's numerology malarkey, and we're
Okay.
going to count how many cards you got. So it'll be different probably to mine, but don't tell me how many you've got. So just count what you've got. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 13. You might have something
Okay.
different. Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully is it a single digit or a two-digit number you've counted to?
2.
So it's a two-digit number.
Yeah.
And hopefully there'll be two different digits.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not 11. No one. So choose the highest of the two digits.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your number.
Okay.
Okay, so now take the pack of
Right.
cards. So now mine was, what did I say I had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Should they be face up or face down, or doesn't it matter?
Doesn't matter. For the
Okay.
moment, just to count them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, keep them
Count them?
face up. Keep them face up because you're going to
Okay.
look at the cards in a second. So keep them face up. So
Okay.
so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 have I got. So my lucky number would have been 2. So I'm going to look at the second face up card.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know what your lucky number is, and I don't know what card you're looking at.
Okay.
So you've looked at your lucky card, wherever it
Yeah.
is, face
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Turn them to face down, and just drop them on top of the ones that were in the middle of the deck.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got half a deck again in front of you.
Yes.
So let's just recap what you did. You shuffled the pack up. I haven't seen the cards at all. You cut them in half again, choose which half to use, generated a random lucky number, and looked at the card in that position.
Correct.
Okay. Can you now put your camera down so everyone can see your deck, your cards?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to use your name, Bruce Yoskin.
Okay.
So hold the pack face down
Right.
and deal the cards face up to your name, but only get as far as the I. Say BRUCEY.
Oh, you're confusing me. Hold on. BRUCYOSKI.
I. Okay. So Bruce, what was the card that you were looking at? The card that you randomly chose?
The 6 of spades.
Do you want to turn the N over?
Yes. Okay. That's very nice.
Thank you. The coincidences actually work themselves out in the end.
Look at that. That's terrific.
Thank you, Bruce. Terrific. Thank you, Tommy. Right, okay, so we're going to move on. So I'm going to ask our good friend Jill to come and help me. So if you could bring Jill up next to me, Tommy, while I rearrange the props. There we go. So I'm on the other side now. So hello, Jill.
Hello.
It's usually hello that way, but it's now hello that way. Okay. this could throw everything. I might actually not know what I'm doing, Jill. Jill, I performed this last night for the first time, so I'm performing for the second time tonight. And as I said last night on Tommy's show, I'm going to channel my inner Michael Kelly, because Michael does all sorts of things that are a little bit spooky. But we're going to talk about history and maybe a little bit dark history when I mentioned the word the Titanic. So you're aware, obviously, of the Titanic. I'm just going to move my screen around so I haven't got half the gallery blocking half my view. Move that up there. Okay, so I can see everything. So Jill, I'm going to go to my overhead camera so you can see I've got some artifacts. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Titanic. So in 1912, the Titanic was about to take its maiden voyage from Liverpool to New York. And it was the unsinkable ship, the biggest ship of its kind, all the latest safety measures in theory. And everybody was so happy. There was a blaze of glory when it was launched. And there were a lot of celebrities and famous people on board as well. I believe the Astors were on board. There was very well known, and it was going to be the voyage of a lifetime in this fantastically wonderful ship. And as you know, it didn't quite work out as planned. I've got some interesting things here. This here is the report of survey of an immigrant ship. This was about the Titanic. If you have a look there, you can see Titanic, Liverpool, 11th of April 1912 was when this was. There's some interesting facts here. Down here, the number of passengers on the Titanic was 2,240. The number of lifeboats, 910 plus 80 plus 188, 1,178. They hadn't quite done their maths. And the lifeboats were wood as well, which, if it had caught fire, the lifeboats might have gone up. And only 900 of those lifeboats were on gantries. So these other 8 and 8 is 16, 260 odd lifeboats were on the decks and had to be hoisted over the side. So the odds of, if there was an accident, God forbid, that probably only about 1,000 people would get into the lifeboats. And of course, the worst happened. They were traveling across the Atlantic and they hit an iceberg and the ship began to sink. What I have here are the telegrams between the Olympic and the Titanic and the Carpathia. These are the company that ran the telegraph systems, the marine communications in those days was the Marconi company. And these started off 11 p.m. New York time, Titanic sending out signals of distress. Titanic replies, gives his position, have struck an iceberg. And they were 500 miles away from the nearest ship. And the telegrams got more and more desperate as things progressed. And he says, we're putting passengers, the Titanic says, the captain, we are putting passengers off in small boats. Asked the Titanic what weather, he said, and he gave clear and calm. So that was, they were lucky, the weather was good. So goodness knows what had happened if it would have been awful weather in the Atlantic that day when they hit the lifeboat.
It was bad enough. It was.
Yeah, after the disaster, the President of the United States, President Taft, wrote to the British Parliament saying that this can't happen again. We must have better ways of regulating shipping, etc. And this is the letter, as you can see, sent to the White House, received by the White House from the British Parliament, giving their response to his request. I've got a couple of other artifacts here, which are quite interesting. This is a postcard. It was sent from Queenstown in Ireland, which doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does exist. It's now called Cove, but it was one of the stops en route. Isabel, what's the French? What's the French for en route?
It is en route.
Ah, right. Okay, good. Yeah. Thank you. I had to just, you know, ask. Anyway, this postcard was sent from Queenstown by a gentleman called Escott Phillips, and he sent it to a very good friend of his. And unfortunately, it was received. You know, fortunately it was received, but unfortunately, Escott was one of those who didn't survive. So this postcard sent from, which was bought on the Titanic, and sent from Escott to his friend. Escott didn't survive, but there was a bit of luck in his family. His daughter was with him, and she was in lifeboat 12, and she survived. And she puts it down to the fact that she always carried this with her, which was a lucky penny. It was an old Victorian bun penny that she kept on her. Jill, how do you think your intuition is?
Oh, pretty good.
I have a whole load of photographs here of people who were on that historic and disastrous journey. I'm just going to give them a little mix up just for the sake of it. Okay. And what you are going to do is you're going to decide where you want me to place the picture. So they can be with the penny or with the postcard. Now there are 28 different pictures. So we've got to have 14 on each. But we'll figure that out as we go along to make sure that we keep an even number between the two.
Okay.
So Jill, I'll just hold the postcard and you just use your intuition to decide where you want it to go. If you want it on the penny, I'll keep it in my hand. If you want it on the postcard, I'll drop it on the postcard.
Okay.
So Jill, intuition, where's this one going to go? On the penny or on the postcard?
Postcard.
That one is going to go on the postcard. The next one, Jill.
Penny.
Okay, penny. Next one.
Penny.
I've been always interested in her because she actually looks quite modern compared with the other ones, fairly young and fairly modern. But anyway, so she's staying with the penny. The next one.
Oh, I think she's definitely got to go with the penny.
The penny. Okay.
Postcard.
Postcard.
Penny.
Penny.
Postcard.
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 Postcard. Oh.
He looks like a musician. Penny.
Penny. Hang on, excuse me, just got a penny. Yep.
Postcard.
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 Penny.
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 Penny. I
Postcard.
have a feeling we're about halfway, so let's just check. 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So we're halfway. So the next 14 have to be distributed 7-7, but use your
Right.
intuition. Don't let that influence you.
Okay. Postcard.
Postcard,
Postcard.
postcard. With that beard, he's got a, yeah.
Got to. Penny.
Penny,
Postcard. Postcard. Penny. 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 Postcard. Postcard. Penny.
let's see, we've got 3 left. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've got 13.
Right.
can
The next
have-
one, the penny.
Penny
Yeah. And the last 2 on the postcard.
on the postcard. Yep. So, okay, let's just go to this camera here. So this is really interesting, Jill. We're going to see, just make sure the count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, they were. I just double counting both of them, make sure you've got 14 both sides. Jill. Okay. Go back to overhead. You used your intuition here. Okay. Let's just have a look. So we have a survivor with the penny, and the one with the postcard died.
Oh.
And again. And again.
Wow.
And again. And again. And again. Jill, you feeling nervous?
Terrified. Wow.
Oh, I knew that beard. That was just a dead giveaway, wasn't
Dead giveaway, yeah.
it? Oh, Jill. I have a feeling that your intuition has just been absolutely spot. Oh, there she is. The one I said looked fairly young, and luckily, as you chose, she survived.
Oh, good.
So, and the 2 last deceased. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. It's been
Your intuition
very-
has been, as always, when we do something like this, spot on.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to everybody out there. You've been absolutely wonderful tonight. Hopefully, Tommy will spotlight me, which is all about me. No. It's all about the other performers tonight. Yeah, Andy Russell, fabulous Robina, Michael Kelly, Spooky, Mitch on video, Roy Stone, doing all sorts of stuff with meals. I didn't even know that they had McDonald's up north. Dr. Michael Likey with an absolutely wonderful trick. Ruth Yoskin, who found out that it worked out, the intuition worked out in the end. Tommy Burnett, Spooky Key, and myself, Kevin Peel, ending the evening up on. Thank you, all of you, all of the audience. Fabulous lot you've been tonight. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Tommy, for doing his damnedest to keep the cameras switching around. And I know it's been tricky for you, Tommy, because, I put you on the spot at the last minute, but thank you very much for taking Stuart's place. To all of you out
pleasure.
there in Facebook land, I'm going to say good night to you, and we will stop the live stream. So bye, 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 Facebook. And we will stop the recording as well. Bye, bye, recording people.